What's up, guys? It's me, Nigel Washington, here with Bot TV at the Bard Farm, interviewing the man who made it all happen, Carter Vanderbilt. Glad to have you with us today, Carter.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're just here to talk about Bard Farm. A lot of people don't know about it. It's a new thing on campus, pretty exciting. So I just wanted to ask you, why did you think Bard needed a farm in the first place?
I mean, we had all this land. I don't know. No, it wasn't just me. The demand for a farm, or the interest in it, was clearly like amongst hundreds of students here at Bard who were really interested in something large scale. We had a number of passionate students who were really interested in something like the community garden, but wanted to see it, that energy put towards something that would look more like local urban model farming in the future.
Right.
So the idea that we could start something like what you'll be seeing probably from community supported agriculture and things of that sort in large urban areas in the future could be modeled here at Bard there was enough interest in something like that to take it to the administration and say, look, if we ask for this much money, some money, and went to build something like that, we could start a whole new revolution at Bard in terms of education about food systems, about food initiative, about agriculture, ecology, things of all that sort. So essentially that's why we started a farm, this is almost sort of a jumping pad into something larger, something that will bring untold opportunities for education about farming and things like that at Bard.
Very cool, very cool. So this is a really industrious project you took on. How did you go about this? Was there any intimidating?
Well, the meeting that sort of set off the 3-week campaign to raise the money to start the farm was interesting. It was much of the upper administration at Bard talking about what was going to be the future of this project, and we didn't have an enormously well-planned idea of what it would look like, but we did know what it would take to get to something like what we have here now. And at that, we were told, if you can raise $20,000 of the $60,000 we wanted to start the farm, then we'll gladly give you the rest of the money. So we gave ourselves a 3-week deadline because our farm coordinator, John Paul, had 3 weeks to decide if he was going to take another job.
Right.
And that's what set off this campaign, which I emphasize helped with a lot of other Bard students. But yeah, it was something that was well coordinated, had a lot of effort behind it, and led to a sweeping campaign that raised $20,000 in 3 weeks. So.
Cool. So how can people in the Bard community get involved with Bard Farm if they want to have their hand in all of this?
Oh, well, the opportunities are always expanding, of course, but at the moment we have work study. There's a section of work study for anyone who just wants to walk up for any 2-hour shift, 5 days of weekdays of the week, and that was awkward. And there's also volunteer opportunities for anyone who just wants to come work for a little bit, grab a tomato and eggplant, and head off. It's always open to the more hands-on education opportunities right now.
Right.
And we're looking again to expand sort of into like classes at Bard, or possibly getting more of the food onto a separate dining facility on campus. So right now the opportunities are still very open into the future, but at the moment, yeah, this whole plot is open to students who want to come and work.
Very cool. And so what do y'all have to eat out here, just out of curiosity?
Oh man, we got Swiss chard, we got tomatoes of all sorts, we got beets, we got eggplant, we got potatoes. Those are squash back there. Ooh, we got basil, we got corn, we got everything.
Anything you can imagine. So all the more reason for everybody out here. If you haven't been here, you should come out here and check it out. It's really beautiful, really nice. Carter, thank you very much.
Nah, thank you, Nigel.
All right. Paul Siva, the man that Bard hired to be the Bard Farm coordinator, basically to maintain, do the upkeep on everyday things here at Bard Farm. Glad to have you with us, John. Thank you very much. So if you could tell the people a little bit about what you do here to maintain this whole area.
Well, there's just the typical hard labor of keeping the crops growing. But in addition, it's also teaching students about food, farming, and just general sort of easy living. So on a day-to-day basis, some of the things you're looking at is just weeding, harvesting, and planting. It's later now in the season, so mostly it's just weeding and planting.
Right. Okay, and do you guys have any future plans, anything exciting that you plan on doing with any of the crops here at Bard Farm?
Yeah, we have some really exciting things. We have installed the largest cranberry bog in the Hudson Valley.
Wow.
So we have 500 plants, and each plant eventually will produce about a pound per plant. So if you do the math, that's 500 pounds. And you know, you go into the store and you can possibly be buying a dried cranberry bag that's a pound for $5. So you know, you're looking at $2,500 for just a single harvest, and those are dried. Wet weight, you can get more for it because it's full size. Right. So our idea with the cranberries, is to take and to go out into the New York City market of local organic food, because no one else in the Hudson Valley is growing local organic cranberries. So we can get premium prices, which in turn is going to give a self-sufficiency financially for the farm, so that student voice can be more present and not have to be reliant upon administration to give financial support or go have to seek out grants which are controlled by the government. Also, we're growing hops, which was once the New York State was the #1 grower of hops in the country, and then due to powdery mildew and downy mildew, the plants moved to the west coast because the climate is similar, but they get way less rain, so they didn't have those problems. Now they're starting to come back because as local organic food continues, more and more people are looking to add more ingredients on their menus from a local organic source. Breweries, microbrews, there's about 100 or so in New York State, are brewing locally, but they're not using New York State, local organic ingredients. Right. So what we're doing is we're growing hops here, and hopefully in 5 years you're going to look at a bottle of Bard brewed beer.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, John
Yeah.
Paul.
Great.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you.